Hey guys, I'm Rookie Ace, and this is my younger brother Furious Flea. Today we're going to be playing Ares Games' Wings of Glory. If you're not familiar with the game, be sure to check out this short video by the manufacturer. In only 5 minutes, it teaches you just about everything you need to know to play the game. You can find a link to it in our video's description. In today's video, we'll be looking at the Albatros D.Va and the SPAD 13 miniatures. Flea will be flying a custom-painted SPAD 13 piloted by Georges Guinemer, and I'll be flying an Albatros piloted by Hans von Hippel. Before we begin, let's compare the two planes. The Albatros D.Va is a decently fast plane and is one of the faster German planes. It can take 15 points of damage, so it's on the higher end of the damage scale. While it doesn't have a tight turn per se, it can outturn the SPAD 13. However, it climbs on a 4. That would put it on the lower end of the climbing scale. So Flea, what are your thoughts on the SPAD?
Well, it is very fast and can outrun any German plane in the game. It can take 16 points of damage, which is a lot for a fighter. It has a great climb rate and climbs on a 2. However, it has no special maneuvers and is not very maneuverable.
The rules of engagement are very simple. 2 planes go in, 1 plane comes out. This is a fight to the end. All special damage rules, except for the explosion card, are in play. The explosion card has a nasty habit of ending games suddenly. In these videos, we want to fully explore each aircraft's capabilities. Thus, we are not using the explosion card. Finally, flying higher altitude rules are in play. Good luck and good hunting, gentlemen. May the best man win. Our duel begins with the 2 antagonists facing off at separate ends of the table. Rather than make any show of fear or running away, they blithely hurl towards each other for the glory of King and Kaiser.
Okay, I thought if I climbed, I'd, kind of close the climbing distance, and I'm trusting in my superior luck to draw misses.
Superior luck.
Alright. Okay, what are we looking at? Okay. What?
Pitiful.
Pitiful.
It's like you got a spitball gun and shot at me as you went by.
Okay, so then I guess I'm gonna do...
You're gonna do the get killed maneuver.
Serious?
No, you won't.
I'm gonna die here.
Oh, no, you're going to be dying here.
Okay, this is bad.
I would be surprised, even I would be surprised if I killed you now. I was considering the fight to go, 1 or 2 turns longer.
Okay. Alright.
Well, I dodged a major blow there, despite the fact that my sorry tail was at point-blank range from the Flea's guns. He managed to shoot and miss. I think I owe it to the fact that I have a rather sprightly paint camouflage, so dazzling that it crossed his eyes just as he was going to pull the trigger, and thus the bullets missed my airframe. However, the astute observer will still observe that I am squarely in front of the Flea's plane, and that is definitely not where I want to be. Thus, feeling suddenly braver at the astounding marksmanship displayed by the Flea earlier, I decide that I have nothing left to risk and do a head-on pass again with him after performing an Immelmann. The Flea, expecting me to dive like a coward, dove, and thus found himself below me. I will refrain from commenting as to whether or not that is my usual practice. At any rate, we shoot, and we take damage, and then we part ways. I immediately initiate a right turn, as hard as my Albatros can turn, which frankly is rather wide. However, things are looking up. I am coming in from the Flea's 2 o'clock, and attempting to get a flanking shot on his right. However, it will have seemed that in the 3 cards that have passed since he dove, the flea was able to climb back to my altitude. I tell you what, these fast climbing SPADs really get on your nerves. And just when I thought I had my field day, the SPAD turns towards me, having anticipated that I would try and shoot him down, the inconceivable. And we find ourselves in another head-on pass.
Also on the list.
Okay, so we each take 2 points of damage again. What could possibly go wrong?
Hey, your guns could be jammed. Yeah, you asked.
My gun's jammed, which means for the next 3 cards I can't fire.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
And you died, didn't you?
No, I didn't. Woo! That's classified information.
That's why I should look at it.
Right.
Well, that definitely could have been worse, but it could have been a lot better. Now, my rudder is jammed to the right, so I cannot turn to the right for 3 turns, and my guns are jammed, which simply means for the next 3 cards, I will not be able to shoot at anybody because I am so busy hitting my guns with a hammer or some other sort of blunt object. Thus, I reason it is my best and most safe option to run as fast and as far away as possible from my pursuer. However, you will see that he is slowly closing the gap on me. He does have the speed edge, unfortunately. And I am also running out of table. I cannot continue this course much longer. Thus, I turn to face my pursuer, praying that it will work out in my favor this time. In fact, I needn't have worried. We actually flew so close to each other and our bases overlap so perfectly and completely that we can't shoot each other. I suppose our pilots are too busy trying to avoid instant death by collision. However, none of us is satisfied with that result, and we each do an Immelman maneuver, which puts us squarely in each other's sights again.
I'm already being shot at by 2 machine guns with blazing hot bullets.
Okay, so that's... Alright, so we each take 1.
Wood chap, special damage is all in effect, right?
Oh,
I would hate
okay.
to see my plane die.
So now my pilot's wounded.
Of course he is. I mean...
One too many shots to the head. Okay.
Isn't 1 too many?
He's wearing a bucket on his head. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he's not exactly.
Okay, so now that I'm wounded, I can't shoot after Immelmans or steep maneuvers.
Well, that head-on pass didn't exactly work out my way either. We fly by each other, looking a little worse for the wear. I decide that Immelman turns aren't really working for me, so I initiate a left turn, hoping to use my tighter turn radius to get inside the SPAD and shoot him without being shot at myself. Unfortunately, the cunning flea once again anticipates my maneuvers, and we end up on another head-on pass.
We're gonna end up shooting each other again, aren't we?
I prefer it that way. I prefer that if I'm being shot, I prefer to let my own spiffing machine guns.
Okay, we each take 2 cards of damage again.
do the talking.
I'm on fire!
Of course you are. You're on fire, girl! And by the way, are you dead?
Not yet.
I think it is safe to say that head-on passes have not been good for this Albatross. I am now on fire, which simply means that for 3 consecutive turns, I must draw 1 card of damage from the A deck. This very well could kill my poor Albatross. Things are looking grim indeed. Desperately trying to put out my fire, and at the same time fend off an angry SPAD, I initiate a left turn, managing to keep death at bay for a few more cards. The fire goes out, but I only have 1 point of damage left. Will I be able to survive? The SPAD is closing in. I initiate a right turn, cheating death for a couple more cards. The SPAD follows. I dive, nearly running off the edge of the table, saving myself with a well-timed right turn, but the SPAD is not to be denied. It follows like grim death. Will the Albatross be able to turn the tables and bring down its tormentor, or will its career end in a blaze of glory? Let's find out as we watch the final few turns of this game.
What's going on now?
That's a very good question.
Will he die like a coward?
Let's see.
Though he's already lower than me.
Let's do that, that, and that.
I have a sneaking suspicion. My suspicions usually sneak. That you are contemplating what would happen if your wing just spontaneously fell off.
Yeah, that thought has occurred to me.
It occurred to me too. I have been considering that nice old stamp that I'm.
Okay,
bought
go.
for my
I'm gonna
thing.
dive again.
I knew it.
Well, okay, if you knew it.
I'm doing
He's
it.
pursuing me.
Yeah, I knew it. In fact, I planned on it.
Okay.
Know what that means?
It means I'm gonna get shot.
Eventually.
I eventually might be very soon.
Today.
Not today. I'm too
about-
young to die.
Yeah,
Okay, here we go.
You're young. You're older than
Let's
I
fool
am.
him with this, shall we?
How about I just do it overdrive?
So he's.
Are you ready to explode?
I don't want to explode.
Fine. Fireball?
Oh dear.
What would you prefer?
I'm dead.
Ah.
I'm definitely dead.
Let me see. Oh, yes,
I
yes.
had 1 point of damage left.
I had the spitting number of 5.
5 left?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it wasn't in vain.
Yeah.
There we go.
Here you go, here you go, here you go, here
Okay,
you
now
go, here you
that
go,
just
here.
makes me feel bad.
And 2 threes. So, Cole, with your superior
Well-
luck, you dealt me 5 zeros, 2 threes, and a 5. Yes. Yeah. Well, you can say I was persistent, and I really laid the special damages on you.
Well, guys, thanks for watching. If you'd like to know more about Wings of Glory, the special rules we used, or about the online community, feel free to check out the links in the video description. Until next time, this is Rookie Ace and Furious Flea, and you've been watching Board Game Battles.